Okay, this is going to be a short one because you can hear that my voice is horrible this week. And I'm making this for all the overseas investors out there interested in buying real estate in the UK, specifically in London. So for all the UK folks, I'm sorry about this, but I'll come back next week, hopefully with a much longer YouTube video about running an Airbnb without owning the property. So watch out and come back next week. Now, to all the Singaporean, Malaysian, Hong Kong, Taiwanese, Chinese investors, or even the Thai and Indonesian investors who have money to invest in London, hold up. Have you come across any advertisement where they tell you the gross yield for this new built beautiful flat in Manchester is 14%? Yep, I have seen it right in front of me right now. And I'm telling you, be careful. Very often, property agents like this will tell you the gross yield. The gross yield before deducting your service charge, your ground rent, and any agency maintenance fees, which is minimum 8% in the UK. Usually it's about 12%. But so once you factor all of that in, you're hardly earning any money, and you still have to take the risk if the tenants don't pay or if the tenants trash your apartment. You need to know that recently the UK has changed the rules to make it a lot more difficult for landlord to kick out a tenant. And even if the tenants don't pay, generally it will take like 4 to 6 months to legally ask the tenant to leave the property. So you're talking about 4 to 6 months of lost rent. um it's not funny. It is really not. I have seen so many overseas investors who lost money investing in the UK property in the past 5 years that I feel that you should be warned. Since I started doing my own consultancy work and YouTube channel, I have Singaporeans asking me, have you heard of so and so in Hong Kong? Have you heard of so and so in Singapore? Yes, I have heard of that so and so in Singapore for so long. I'm so sick of associating myself with this guy. I'm sorry, I don't have any property to sell you because I don't think the properties will make you money nowadays. I do have consultancy services to sell you if you want to bounce some ideas as to whether you can invest in the UK. Yes, it's still possible to invest in the UK. One example is when you have kids who might be studying in the UK. And if you have the spare cash, you could potentially buy a property using your kid's name. So this becomes your first property that the kids own. And then when they study here, they don't need to pay any rental. And if you buy a 2 bedroom for your kids, you let them occupy one room and then you rent out the other one. The first £7,500 of rental income is tax free. So that's one idea. But nobody is going to tell you that because they don't know the rules here. Anyway, I'm just so sick of Asian property agents trying to promote new build properties to you when they get 2% commission and you ended up losing your shirt because you bought a property in, I don't know, Manchester. Anyway, enough on my rant. I need to rest my throat and yeah, I'll see you next week. Bye.